Yo, UBI in the place to be. Place the blame on me if you hate the heat. We in Buffalo, New York. We upstate. Shit is all great. 420 gives the day. We celebrate. We take puffs. We do stuff. UBI, strange music. What? Here with the Sofa King. Look, shutting it down every time when we bring it. Yeah. Ah.
All right, something cool here with UBI from Ces Cru. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. What's going on? UBI, Ces Cru, strange music. Nice to see you guys.
How's life on the road been treating you?
Oh, it's wonderful, man. I really enjoy touring. I like getting around the country and seeing all the people in all the different places. And it's really hectic and really busy, but I really dig that. You know?
It's got to be hectic, though. You know what I mean? I mean, it's being an independent artist this day and age where somebody can go ahead and just download your shit instead of paying for it like they should. They don't always understand that this is a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is absolutely the grind. It's the bread and butter. It seems to be the new model in the music industry. You pretty much have to tour now to make decent income and sell merchandise. You know, and it's pretty hard to make money off records these days.
Yeah.
So yeah, we really depend on everybody to come out and support us after we've dropped a project that they enjoy. You know, like please come check it out live. It's even better live, is what I always like to tell everybody that comes to see us. So
Yeah, it's more of an experience. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure that people go ahead and listen to your music, and there's gonna be that kid that says that one song touched me like fucking you don't know, like you know what I mean. Your lyrics meant my life. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, for sure, I get stuff like that.
And for them to go ahead and be in the crowd and live that moment with you, it's got to be even.
Yeah, and that's super rewarding. You know, when somebody pulls you over and they tell you that, you know, they like, you saved my life, and I'm like, well, thank you, and they're like, no, seriously. I'm like, wow, thank you. And they give you like a war medal from Afghanistan.
Right.
And you're like, Jesus Christ, you know, like I'm so honored, you know. You know, stuff like that happens, and it really gives a lot of own personal reward for me to have experiences like that with fans. And and I'm happy that the music touches them. Sometimes it's hard to tell. You feel a little insulated. It's kind of a disconnect there, but shit like that helps bring it all together.
Definitely. I mean, well, it's got to be a different life to live. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, yeah, there's social media now these days, so these people are talking to you. You don't know who's on the other side.
Mm.
They feel like they know you, and it's a little bit hard because you don't have that real connection. And being on tour, you're here today, you're there tomorrow, and guess what? The only thing you fucking know is that there's going to be a gas station here, and that fast food place that you like is going to be in that state. You know what I mean?
Totally, yeah. That's basically what we're hoping for, is like hopefully a working toilet close to the bus and a nice place to have like some breakfast or lunch. You know, because it gets a little crazy out here. Sometimes we'll play a venue that's kind of rural, like in Salt Lake City. We play this place called the Salt Air, and it's like literally out in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing but like Salt Lake and mountains and nothing for miles in every direction. So you're just like,
Yeah.
we're out here today. You know, there's
For
no
sure.
McDonald's, no gas stations, no nothing. Whatever you have or whatever you need, hope you have it. You know.
Yeah, mom and pop's fucking diner on the side of the road there.
Yeah, exactly. But that's fun, man. I like that adventurous aspect of tour. I like having those random experiences.
You guys just put out an EP, is that right?
Yeah, we did an EP that came out October 30th in the fall, and it was called Recession Proof, and it was just kind of like a tide me over for our fans. It's really dope though. It's great. It's produced by Seven, and as well as Kato, who does production for Jaron Benton, and so I'm really happy with how it came out. Yeah.
It's a little bit harder being on the road as much as you are and going ahead to know that you have to have more material coming out. I mean, do you guys get the quiet time where you should be able to do it, or is it more spur of the moment, like you just catch something and you guys got 10 minutes here or there and be like, I had this fucking idea in my head, come with me real quick?
It did happen like that. Just a few days ago, we were off in Clifton Park, upstate New York, and I dropped a verse for Burns Project for Mayday. That I don't want to speak too much about because it's not my place or whatever. But I did that. We did that up in the hotel room the other day, and it was just real quick. You know, it's just okay. It's our day off. Like, let's get this done real quick. You know, they had shot me the beat a couple days earlier. I sort of meditated on it or whatever, and just knocked it out. in a couple hours, and then okay, back to work tomorrow to like do shows again.
Right.
And so yeah, but I think that that's cool though. You know, I think you get some very original material that way. I'm in a different place. I'm writing in upstate New York for whatever reason. You know, this particular verse, so that there's inspiration there. Yeah.
Very cool. As I'm looking at you, I'm staring at your chain.
Sure.
What's it like the moment that you get it? I mean, you know, how's it presented to you? Like, how does that all go through? Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I think I may have cried a little bit on camera when they gave this chain to me, but I don't know. You can go and look at the video, but it says for mine particular story, and everybody on Strange Music has their own story about their chains. They're all very original and different. But the circumstance behind our chain was that we got signed to the label, and we weren't given chains initially, and it's not that we were even necessarily expecting chains, but what happened was the fans kept asking us, where's your chain? Where's your chain? How come Prozac has a chain and you don't have a chain? How come Brother Lynch has a chain and you don't have a chain? I'm just like, I don't know. I don't make the chain rules. I don't, you know.
Does it fuck with you a little bit in the back of your head, man? Like, fucking, you know what? Where the fuck is my chain?
Well, it's basically, you know, I let all that shit ride for a while, but then it did start to, like, you know, it manifested, and some of it came out in my writing, not in a derogatory way, but just in a sort of matter-of-factly way, like, we don't have chains, like, I don't have a chain. And so, but it was some grand scheme, some grand plan that Travis and Tech from Strange had schemed out, and we were about to go on our first tour with Tech, the Independent Powerhouse 2013 tour, where we actually met with you,
right,
in the same spot in Buffalo. But so we were about to do that, and it was a big tour meeting, room full of people, and they set up a couple cameras, and they kind of set us up, basically candid camera'd us, and we were going through the tour meeting. It was very banal, very regular information, and then suddenly, before I knew what was happening, the chains come out, and here's Tech, and he's putting it over my neck, and I'm just like, oh God, and I look around, and there's all these cameras on me, and I was like, oh Jesus, you know, I cover my face. I cover my face because I had like a real emotional moment. So yeah, it means a lot. I know that was probably a long-winded answer in a story, but this means the world to me. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a great answer, though. You know what I mean? It fucking does mean a lot to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You mentioned that there's actually a verse in one of your songs where you mentioned that you didn't have one yet.
Yep. I said something about the, I don't know why they ain't get him a necklace. Get him a world tour, but a bed and a breakfast. And it wasn't long after that I got a necklace. And so then I was doing that song on tour, and I had to change the line, and I said, I don't know why, but they got him a necklace, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
With
Definitely.
the world tour, a bed and a breakfast, you know. And it's wonderful, man. It's a Tech and Trav, they're tricky individuals, you know.
Right,
in a good way. Drawing inspiration out of you from you don't know what's about to happen, you know, and it just comes, so it's cool.
Yeah, for sure. Now, your stage performance is amazing, the way you two interact with each other. There's one song in particular where it's an a cappella track where you guys bounce back and forth.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like our oldest trick in the book. We call it For Nothing, and it's kind of a round robin style of rapping, or like row your boat. You know, to make an example, is a row your boat, row your boat. So like an echoing, right? So we echo each other, but we've been doing it for so long that it's almost like playing ping pong now or something. Like I'll be in the lead and he's echoing me, and then we'll just flip flop, and he's in the lead. Now I'm echoing him, and then we'll like line up and do it at the same time, and then break apart again, and it kind of fucks with people's heads, you know, when we drop it. And it's always performed completely a cappella, and, you know, it's, I don't know, it's our oldest trick. And but people know us for it. I think it's one of, like, our signature moves.
Yeah, when that moment happens, you see the crowd, like, holy, you know what I mean? Everyone's tapping each other on the shoulder,
like, what is that?
Yeah. You guys ever try and fuck with each other and change something up in it a little bit?
I don't know if we've gotten to the point where You know, like we throw each other curveballs because I think that's. I mean, I think we could do that, but I don't know if we could do that in front of an audience yet.
Right.
Because I don't want to get thrown a curveball and be like, oh, and just screw it all up.
Yeah, because that would fucking. You know what I mean?
It's juggling essentially. You know what I mean? And when the juggler drops his shit, then you're like, well, okay, that's not that impressive. But if he flawlessly never drops anything, then you're like, now that was a show.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I want to talk to you about is a comparison between rock and roll and the hip hop.
Sure.
This year has been crazy and deaths all around in the music industry.
David Bowie,
Lemmy, Motorhead, you know what I mean? The Eagles, Don Fry, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All these dudes are getting tributes at the Grammys. They're fucking building statues in front of Lemmy's favorite bar, you know what I mean? Five Dog passes away.
True.
You got about 18 hours worth of fucking tweets. You know what I'm saying? And then 2 weeks later, you see on their website, like, buy our t-shirt, a remembrance. But it's, you know what I mean? Like, the fans didn't fucking...
I think that, I mean, in some ways, Fife, you know, slept on. As far as the, you know, the duality of Tribe Called Quest or whatever, I think a lot of people gravitated towards Q-Tip, and he sort of went to the front. And I don't know if that's why, but to me, Fife was just as important as Q. You know, I'm a huge fan of Tribe Called Quest. I love their work, and I love them separately and together. And I wish we could have got more out of Fife Dog than one album. You know, I think that he was one great MC. Definitely influenced by them. But I know what you mean. You gotta wonder where does something like that come in, a tribute like that come in. And I think that there's a lot of stuff out there about Tribe and about Fife, and the movie, the Beats, Rhymes, and Life movie is really dope. Introspective movie, by Michael Rappaport. Great film.
Yeah.
And I think that dude is a legend. You know, he's a legend to the game, and even if the collective conscious, the populace, whatever, they may not be as aware of Fife. Everybody that moves and shakes and matters in this industry knows what Fife did and how important he was. You know, and he may never get his just due, and that's fucked up. But like it's you know, we know though.
Yeah,
you know,
sure. Exactly.
you know.
Exactly. Do you go to hip hop concerts on your own, like when you're time off?
Yes, I try to when I can. It's hard to fit it in, but I do.
You're so fucking busy. Like you know, I might like I go on at this time. If I rise, I might be able to catch.
Yes.
But have you ever gone to an older show? You know what I mean, like more of a legend in hip hop, and seen the way the complete difference between your crowd and that kind of crowd?
I mean, definitely. I've seen some older heads perform for sure. But you know what? Most recently, I saw R.A. the Rugged Man, and
last week I just seen him. Yeah.
Yeah, and that dude was wonderful performer. Nice guy. I had met him previous to seeing this show. I met him out in Sunset Strip or whatever. But I didn't catch his show that day. But we met and talked, and he was real personable or whatever. But so then when I came to a show in Kansas City, he remembered me and he was like, "Yo, what's up?" And he was like super friendly to me or whatever. And thank you for that if he sees this. But his show was dope. He's a lion in the game. He was doing shit for over 20 years, and his stage performance was just super on point. He's very polished.
Yeah.
As a stage performer.
They shut the fucking mic off on him at the show I seen last week, and he kept going. He said, "Fuck you guys." And
right.
He acapella that shit.
I believe it.
Turned everything back on.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? His show's rowdy, man, and I don't know why they shut the mic off, but I'm guessing this shit got rowdy, because this shit turns into fucking crazy mosh pits, and everybody's just, goes nuts at his show, and that's wonderful, man. The vibe that comes out of him is a very original and authentic vibe, and he's rubbed elbows with so many amazing MCs. And so, yeah, I think that you got to do that. You got to go see R.A. the Rugged Man. You got to go see some of these cats that have been around forever. Catch Immortal Technique if you get a chance, if he comes to your town. Go see the Hieroglyphics if they're coming, because these guys are fucking professionals. They're really good at what they do. So anyway, yeah, I try to catch it when I can to answer your question.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So what do you guys are coming out next? What are you guys gonna do? You guys got another EP? You guys got a full album in the back burner?
An album. I mean, we're of course focused on this tour until about early June that we're on right now. But then we're gonna go straight into the lab and try to crank out an album. Probably drop it this fall. Is what we're like, a full length album.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, yeah. I wish I could shoot you a title, but we haven't agreed on one yet.
So it's a little bit of the back and forth stage of what's what right there.
Yeah, we're writing, we're planning, we're actually performing a song on this tour called Same Same. That's off the new shit, off the new album that's gonna be coming in the fall, and that's been great fun. Everybody seems to dig it.
So you have an idea for the title. He has an idea for the title. Is that right?
There's several ideas. Yeah, I can't get too much into it, but there's several ideas.
What's
on
your
the
social
table.
media? What's your social media?
My social media is The Real Ubiquitous, and that's on Instagram. You can find the Ces Cru. I'll speak for my partner a little bit. You can find the Ces Cru Facebook at Ces Cru Fan, / Ces Cru Fan, and at Ces Cru on Twitter.
But here's what we're doing though.
Uh-huh.
You guys are gonna take them titles that you have in mind. Let's put it to the vote, man. Let's
Let the fans talk about it?
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's a great idea. I like to play with the fans. I'd also like to see what their idea is for a title. We do CES for our titles. Codename Ego Stripper, Constant Energy Struggles, Capture Enemy Soldiers. These are like our album titles. And so, what's the next CES?
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, for everyone watching this right now, go ahead right on the Twitter and shoot them your ideas. What do you think that new album should be?
Yeah, absolutely. Hit us on Twitter. It's at Ces Cru, CESCRU. Shoot us your ideas. We always like to talk, man. And man, we love the fans. Thank you for everything that you guys do for us. You inspire us. So,
cool.
Yeah.
All right, bro. I appreciate your time. Look forward to the album when it drops, and I know I'm going to see you next year, man, because you guys are constantly fucking grinding, so.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope to be out here soon. What about you, though? We got to talk about you.
What do you need to know, bro?
It's, you want to drop? That's Sofa King, right?
Yeah, but here, let me